today's video, we are going to be talking about buying an investment property here in Montana and what that means, what that entails, and just some tips and tricks on buying investment property here in Western Montana. So let's get after it right now. I am a realtor in Missoula and the Bitterroot in Western Montana, and I am driving right now. I am in Arlee, which is about 30 to 45 minutes, 30 minutes, northwest a little bit of Missoula. So I am driving south towards Missoula, and oh, there you go, 25 miles. So yeah, like 35 minutes. So let's go in the direction of Missoula, and I'll stop talking probably before we get to Missoula, so that's fine. All right, so investment properties. So because this YouTube channel is fabulous and I have wonderful people reaching out to me, having me help them buy here in Western Montana, it is great because I am reaching a lot of people that I'd love to help. Like that's the whole purpose of the channel, is to help wonderful folks move here and move out if you hate it. But I reach a lot of out-of-staters, and that's okay because I love you too. But a lot of out-of-staters, especially, it's cool and hip and fun to move to Montana. I don't know if it's because of Yellowstone, the TV show, or they like the Wild Wild West kind of vibe that we have going on here. But a lot of people like to invest here in Montana, and it's not as cheap as one would think. So a lot of folks get sticker shocked when they get here, and especially if they come from like down south, like Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, New Mexico, like all those southern states. And then they come up here and they're like, holy, land and houses are quite pricey up here. Yeah, they are, because I feel like everybody thinks it's cool and hip and fun to move out here, which is fine. The more the merrier. I love helping people make that move, but just know it's probably not as cheap as you think it is. Now, if you're coming from a northern state like California, Oregon, Washington State, or over on the East Coast like New York and above, especially like Massachusetts area, Connecticut, then buying an investment property here in Montana is going to be cheap. So I guess it depends on your perspective. But regardless, there are options for you as an investor. Now, I do get quite a few people who want to buy like a house for a short-term rental, like Airbnb or VRBO or any of those guys. All the same thing, short-term rentals. And we have a ton of options for that, because Missoula, the Bitterroot, up here even into like Arlee, and even all the way up to Bozeman, that's about an hour from the Missoula airport. And people that come to visit are okay with a 32-hour drive after the airport. If they can get those remote locations, or if they can get the views, then they're down. So this is a really great spot to have an Airbnb. We'll just go with that company, like a short-term rental. And I mean, the hottest place to have a short-term rental here in the valley would be the University District, which is right by the University of Montana. And just think about it, it's all the university traffic of parents coming in for the weekend, or family members coming to visit, or district that's like, I mean, a dump is starting at $700,000. Like, I'll just be frank with you. Like, a place that needs a lot of work will start at $700,000 because the university's district is just so popular and it does really well. But if you buy a dump, for example, fix it up, make it look good, then you can easily have $1 million plus home that has a great return on a short-term rental. Even if you don't rent all year, maybe you want to stay there for a couple weeks here, a couple weeks there, a month here, a month there, you can still make a really great return. And the nice thing about like an investment property, regardless of where you buy it, you can do a 1031 exchange, which means that if you sell a home or land, instead of paying capital gains tax, so basically you're taxed on the money that you make from a sale of your property, instead of paying that money in taxes, you take the money that you make and you basically roll it over into an investment property, and then you don't pay taxes on the proceeds that you just made. So it does save you a lot of money. However, the thing that sucks about 1031s is you can only do them on investment properties. If you plan for the new purchase to be your primary residence, then too bad, so sad, you cannot do a 1031 exchange and save on taxes. So there's options, okay? And then another option that seems to be pretty popular is places that are already established, Airbnbs, VRBOs, short-term rentals, are for sale. And you get the entire package. And what's kind of cool is you can also purchase, along with the purchase of the home or the land, you can also purchase the Airbnb listing or the VRBO listing or whatever other website listing that already includes the reviews, or if you're like a, what do they call it, like an all-star, superstar host or something like that, you know what I'm talking about. You can purchase that along with the house, with the land, so that it was already an established short-term rental. You're just continuing that. You can even inherit or bring along with you the management company that manages the short-term rental. Like that can be done too. Or if you know you don't want to manage your short-term rental, let me know. I have connections. I know some great folks that are property managers and that can do it for you. They literally do all the things. They answer the guest questions. They hire the cleaning people. They coordinate any repairs that need to be done. They change the locks. They literally do everything. If somebody's lost the key or gets locked out, like they take care of everything. You literally don't have to do a single thing except maybe pay for the repairs, but that's what you get if you're the owner. So investment properties is a really big deal, big business in Missoula, down in the Bitterroot, and even up north into like Wilson and Kalispell. Super popular because we get a ton of visitors, and when visitors come here, they like to stay at cool places, something that has a cool factor, like cool view of either the mountains or the seclusion or views of Flathead Lake or the river or literally whatever. It has to have a cool factor if you want to charge $200+ a night. And we have that. And there are things for your short-term rental guests to do. Like we have some great restaurants, and like I've talked about in some of my other videos, like we don't have the diverse cultural cuisine that you might find in other major cities, but we have some really great restaurants restaurants, some great steakhouses, some great distilleries, some great breweries. And then if that's not really somebody's jam, then we have hot springs. We have all of the winter sports. We have all of that. And then we're close to Glacier too, which is closed right now in the winter time just because the road up there is horrendous. Yeah, if you get off the road, you're going down the mountain, like, bye. But it is stunning up there. And like, there's plenty to do, either if your short-term rental guest is a homebody or they're an outdoorsy person. I was telling somebody about the bison range. Woo! Now, that's really cool. It's also closed in the winter because of the road. But the bison range is, you basically drive for 2 hours and you go look at bison. And they are the most majestic, stunning animals. And then afterwards, if you don't feel too bad, then you can go have a bison burger or a bison steak, if that's what floats your boat. So this is a great area for someone to visit, and if somebody comes here for 3 days or 3 weeks, people are not going to get bored here. There's plenty to do, and as a short-term rental host, owner, I can work with you to put together a binder or a booklet of things for people to do, suggestions of places. If you're not from the area, that's fine. I will gladly make suggestions. Why does that keep doing that? What it? Oh, maybe that's it. What it? Nothing's splashing. So investments, yeah, like, and if you want to buy land and build a yurt on it, cool. Like, we got that. We have, it's actually kind of cool. It's called glamping. Have you heard of this? So glamping, for those that don't know, is like fancy, glamorous camping. And that's something that I would love to do because I personally do not like camping. That is just not my vibe. But glamping, I can get on board with that. So basically, it's staying in a nice yurt. Sometimes they have teepees. Sometimes they have just like a spot where you can pull your RV up. And sometimes they have plugs, and sometimes they don't have plugs. Or you're just going off grid for a little bit. If that's what you want, there are places for that. So Missoula, the Bitterroot, and even up north into Bozeman and Kalispell, like there's so many opportunities for investment, and you're not only going to do well on your profit that you will make, whether you do short-term rentals or even if you do 30 to 60-day rentals. We have a really good a lot of traveling nurses come here, so they need a little bit longer of rentals, or people come here for the university in particular, and they do like 6-month job opportunities or internships, and then they leave to go back to wherever they came from. So there are wonderful investment opportunities here in the valley, and if you need help exploring those or have questions, obviously call, text, email. All my contact information is down below, and obviously subscribe, because please do. It really does help me, helps the channel, and it motivates me to keep making more. Like, I need somebody subscribe to your channel, okay, make another video, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Now we're entering Missoula right now, so this guy, what are you doing? Let's go around that guy. So we're gonna enter Missoula. We're gonna go on 90 East, right? Yeah, we're on the west side of Missoula. Now we're gonna go to the east side and go down Reserve Street. So come with me, and I'll probably leave you right out Reserve Street. So yeah, 90 East. Okay, good. So lots of opportunities for investment, and then I hear this a lot, and I actually have some clients who have done this, where like they want to buy an investment property, but they might want to spend a little bit more than what they have, so they get their buddy to be an investor too, and you and your friend own a short-term rental here, and then you can take turns using it. You can split it up however you want, or hire a property management company to do it, and I have suggestions, ones that are fabulous and then ones that are less than stellar, so reach out to me for those recommendations as well. Like, you and your buddy can go halvesies, or whatever percentage, to buy an investment property, and then you can take turns using it. Like, how cool. And then when you're done with the venture, or you want to have a second one, or maybe you're like, ugh, this sucks, maybe we want to pick a different place in Montana, or pick a different city or location. Montana does a really great job at maintaining real estate value, and buying here is an appreciating asset. It's not a depreciating asset like a car. Like, you buy a car for 30 grand, as soon as you drive it off the lot, boom, it's automatically worth less just because you drove it off the lot. It's not like that. A house here will maintain its value, and if you do upgrades, it will appreciate year after year. Usually it's about 5 to 8% per year, but if you do a major renovation, I mean, that price can skyrocket. And if you want to know, like, hey Diana, I want to put some money into the short-term rental because I want to sell it in a year, for example, let me know. I'll come over. I'll tell you my honest opinion. And I know what gets a good return on investment, and I know things that don't get a good return on investment. And it's very custom to you and your home, and how much you want to spend. I mean, and how much you want to get back. So it all depends on your goals. I mean, that is such a loaded question, but I do get it often. And I'm here to support you in your investment goals. And if you're not sure of a location, like I mentioned earlier in the video, the University District is a fabulous place to do a short-term rental, just because of the consistency and what you can charge per night, or per week, or per month, if whatever your jam is. But there are also like other little pockets throughout the Missoula, the Bitterroot, and even up north, where short-term rentals do really well. And if you need suggestions on that, like, hey, where's a good place, I'll make suggestions based on your price point too. Like, if you come here and you're like, I want to spend $600,000, okay, I got you. Those recommendations will be different than if you come here and you're like, my budget's $800,000 because me and my bestie want to go halvesies, so $400 each, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay, cool. I mean, it depends on your budget. And I mean, we can even get some pretty good short-term rentals in the $300,000 and $400,000 range, but they're going to be smaller houses, which is also desirable. desirable because people need that too. Like 2 bed, 1 bath. Yeah, you can do that.